How do you go about when you don't feel to do the work? Do you just don't do it because you don't feel it? Or do you push through and do it anyhow? And if you do, what is your feeling afterwards? This video is about exactly that topic. My name is Bastian Gerner. I'm a senior Foley artist and sound designer, worked in the field of audio design for 15 years now. Before that, I was into music. I'm a rapper myself. I'm also a content creator. Started doing reels every day 1.5 years ago and never stopped. Now I do even a podcast and a YouTube channel on top of that. And sometimes I feel really exhausted and overworked. For example, today I do the thing, although I really didn't feel it for the whole day. And also, it is said the thing that you avoid doing is probably the most important thing that you should do. So personally, I can follow the train of thought that only do the work if you feel it. And that might get you into a happy position within your life, that you always feel good about your work and you're not really stressed and fulfilled maybe. On the other hand, what if you don't feel it for a long time and you just don't do it then? I mean, is it really possible to maintain that lifestyle then? Or do you have to shrink your lifestyle in order to be able to do it? So these are all questions I'm asking you, like, how do you handle it? Please put it in the comments and I'm happy to get back to you and we can share our experience here within this video and in the comments. I'm happy to answer and I'm really curious what you have to say to this. So my personal take on it is, if I really feel that I shouldn't do it because there's just no energy left, or I really need that sleep now in order to keep going and not burn out or whatever, then yes, I don't do it. And I also feel good about it then to let go of it and just take care of myself. In other situations like tonight, I know if I don't do it, I will feel bad. That's why I'm sitting here. When I'm looking at the time of day, it is 11 p.m. now. On the one hand, you could think, oh, this is very late. On the other hand, you could think, there's still a couple of hours left before I have to go to sleep. So sometimes I'm more to the second one and sometimes more to the first. Today, I'm maybe in between. So to me, it is very important to make that video now so that I know I did something that was very important for this day, something that I needed to do this day, and I did it. And then after that, I will feel a lot better. I'm sure about that. So I encourage you to also practice that and overcome your laziness, because laziness is really a sickness of the heart. It is a disease of the heart. And as a Muslim, we know that there are many sicknesses of the heart that can be cured with dhikr, with remembrance of Allah, and with specific names and attributes that are being repeated, in being in treatment with an expert, with a sheikh. You also don't go to someone under the bridge and get yourself medication for your physical illness, right? So the illness of the heart needs also be treated with an expert. Cannot just go and take certain name from Allah and then just recite that because you think it's right. You should consult an expert. That's being said. I'm not an expert. I'm just a person who is trying to get rid of all those illnesses of the heart. And laziness is definitely one of them. Sitting here now at 11 p.m. is also me overcoming my laziness and trying to be the best version of myself. And I think that's very needed in almost any industry if you want to come to a certain level of expertise, success, reputation, and also of excellence. Because in the end, if you cannot come up with excellence in your craft, how can you ever reach a certain level of recognition or projects that people are willing to hand over to you, therefore your credits and all these things? It starts with the laziness. If you're not overcoming that and you're staying with that sickness within your heart, then maybe you never reach your full potential. And if you never reach your full potential, then you're missing out. And you're also hurting yourself with that, because you have been given this potential and that amount of capability, and if you're not making use of that, you maybe have to answer to your Lord later on why you couldn't come up with the full potential. That is our responsibility. And if we strive and really fight against our illnesses within our heart in order to reach our full potential and live up to that, we have a pretty decent chance in living a really good life in every sense. If you dedicate that also to your Lord, then you have happiness within yourself, around yourself, because you are a person of service then. You are clearly giving a value, a benefit out into the world through your potential, and other people can benefit from that. And that is something I really try to do every day. Sometimes it works better and sometimes it works not as good. And also the iman, we call it, the level of belief, the level of certainty is like it's going in waves. And there is not a exponential curve that you always go up and up and up and up. So it's more waves up and down, which is natural and human. And I'm also embracing that. I have to observe it, and I have to see, okay, am I going upwards or downwards? And if I'm going downwards, then I have to steer against it. And how can I steer against that? In a way that I go up again. I have to analyze what's going on within myself. What are the flaws that are coming back, that are creeping in? And then I try to work against it, If I'm eating more, if I'm eating faster, if I'm like, I have to then restrain from that and be conscious about it and eat less or wait longer until I eat. So I train myself, And all these things are really important if you want to control yourself and therefore what's going on in your life. Because if you want to be a real human being, then you have to be in control of your desires. And that is a huge challenge. And I think many people are struggling with that, maybe everyone. If we can work on that, we can definitely become better versions of ourselves and then reach our full potential eventually, God willing. And then we are pleasing God, pleasing people around us because we are of service to them. That's what in the end makes the difference also for your own well-being, how happy you are with yourself. So please let me know what you think about this concept. It is coming from me as a Muslim. This is my unique perspective from within that practice. I'm just sharing that because I genuinely think it has a value for everyone. If you're not agreeing, then please let me know what you think about it. And if you're agreeing, please share your experiences. I'm very much into mentoring these days, and not in a way that I'm talking here. I'm talking more mentoring in a sense of technical advice and how to succeed within the audio industry, giving feedback and my own experience. I try to transmit that and really think about other people, what they can do individually to get to the next goal within their career or to even start out. So that is something I'm really passionate about. And if you are looking for something like that and a striving community of audio professionals, then I advise you check out the Pro Audio Academy. I'm doing this together with Paul Renard, and the community is striving, it's growing. People help each other there, and we are there as your mentors. There is a lot of online courses, resources that you can learn best practices right away if you want to join. So there's a lot of value there. That is my trial and error research and development in order to get the best version of myself out into the world and being of service. So if you want to check that out, feel free to reach out to me via DM on Instagram or write me on LinkedIn. Just type in the word industry and then you can set up a free call if you have questions about that. We can see if you match for the Pro Audio Academy. And other than that, enjoy one of the next videos and see you there. Peace, the Foley Teacher.